I have a box, and the box says Y-C001-A from Siyang Cultural. If I open up the box, it has third-party versions of Sixgun and Scamper. Now this is designed for the third-party 18-inch tall Metroplex. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's for this guy, who's a very cool third-party version, not as large as the Generations, but bigger than the original G1 of Metroplex. And as you may recall, he came with a little Slammer, but no Scamper or Sixgun. Well, this fills in that gap. So it's a little shiny. Just hold it like that so you can see better. Plastic will be gone in a second, but I'm gonna go through these. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I'm Captain Kyle. If you're a longtime watcher, welcome back, and thanks for watching. But I'm gonna go through these two guys bit by bit, might even compare them to some other versions of these characters, and we'll have some fun along the way. Be right back. Now these two guys were provided to me at no cost from the Tommy Park store, and I'll be providing a link in the description so you can go check them out and get these guys. They also have the Jerry store on AliExpress, so if you prefer going through AliExpress, that's another way that you can get them. It even has a little instruction sheet. This is a box, don't need that. But thanks to them for providing these. These are very cool versions to help complete that particular Metroplex. And he's gonna have a role in this video too, so let me take them out. And Sky has joined us because she loves city dwellers, just like these guys, right? And she likes me quite a bit too. Hi, Sky. She just came to say hi real quick and lick my fingers. So here they are, third-party versions, again, of Sixgun and Scamper. I'll give them a spin on the turntable of doom. As you can see, they have very nice deco, and they are subject to centrifugal force. There, that's a little better. Now, as you might imagine, Sixgun, just like with the Generations, is not made up of these guns and these guns combined along with another piece and another piece. No, he's his own bolt. But he does have these weapons, which are detachable and usable other ways, and he's not just a pretty face. He actually can become a gun turret that you can put onto third-party Metroplex here, so he can blast Decepticons out of the sky, or, you know, third-party Decepticons mainly. And we have Scamper. We're going to go through both of these, but if you're wondering how they scale to the latest versions, well, you can see that this Sixgun is actually quite a bit taller. However, the Scamper that comes with Generations Metroplex is maybe slightly smaller, slightly shorter. Yes, I got one. Long story. Maybe I'll see you at TFCon and you can ask me. So yeah, these are more similar in size. This definitely, there's a size disparity, but I just wanted to show you what they look like next to the latest versions of these characters. I think this Scamper looks a little bit more reminiscent of the G1. Doesn't have a red head, but despite the scaling difference, they look pretty similar. A little bit different, but pretty similar. This is a cool figure, but this reminds me a little bit more of the simplicity of the original Sixgun. But all right, speaking of Sixgun, we'll go over him first. So there's a couple things that you can do. One, these weapons come off, and in actuality, it looks like the arms may have been put on reversed, because the fist, wait, nope, the fist is twisted around. Okay, woo, glad that's settled. So in the package, because I did not take these out of the package prior to this review, the arm is twisted, so the elbow is backward, so you gotta twist the arm, which is able to be done. And the fist is twisted in the wrong direction, so just twist that around and you're good. But these guns come off, they look very similar, though not exact, to the guns that come on the big guy. I think it's the YC-100 Fortress, something like that. But they're pretty cool, very reminiscent. And you can take these if you want, because they have pegs on them. And on the big guy, you can actually add them here to add to his firepower. So that's a neat thing. You can also pull off the legs. So he's kind of similar to the one from, I think, Siege. You can take the back guns off. And these can even, I believe, they can plug underneath these guns. So you have just an extra gun or maybe a laser sight. Even though it's on the bottom, it can still be a laser sight. Say hello to my little friends. Guns, my little friends' guns. And then he's left with this, but you can actually take this and transform him so it becomes a gun turret. But before we do that, let's retrieve these guns, legs, because I always like to go through the posability and give somebody a leg up. I never said there's good jokes on this channel, though there are jokes. So these go back on, there's a little slot on these guns, on these gun tips. And these have holes in the side that's plugged right onto the shoulders. So he is a well-armed bot. All right, some posability. First of all, I am noticing there are some ankle swivels for Sixgun, quite wide ones, so that's very nice. He is also able to very easily do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme, though he's got pegs on the back of his legs. So if you want him to stay up, you kind of got to use these guns to kind of stabilize him in that mode. But there you go, full Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can kick forward very nicely. He can kick back somewhat, not really. This plate kind of gets in the way, so can't really kick back. But he can do a heck of a side kick, so woohoo! Now, does he bend at the knee? Yes, he does. Goes to 90 degrees about. It's got the peg on the back of his calf, so it's not gonna let him go further than that. And because they come out, can swivel the legs all the way around. So some great posability in the legs. Twist at the waist all the way around. In fact, will come apart if you're not careful. So this just slides on here. I think it is meant to be able to come apart. And this plate is just a way of covering his ass. But if you hold his ass cover, he's less likely to come apart while you're twisting him all the way around. Arms go all the way around, can go to the side a bit, bends at the elbow. I'm gonna move the gun like that because that way I can show you the arm swivel at the elbow joint. And you already noticed that you can turn the fist whichever way you want. So that is pretty cool. You can flip this back if you want to keep his head out, which his head can go all the way around. It can also, you can pull it back a little bit so he's looking up at a slight angle. But again, very nice posability. And this guy is only, if you count from the tips, slightly over 4 inches tall. So a very cool version of Sixgun, and again in scale with this big guy. Now he transforms into this configuration, which is kind of like the original chest configuration if you take off the guns like so, and you can plug him in, but you can also attach these guns so he can again be a battle turret and can even turn when it's plugged in, so he can blast to and fro. Of course, I'm moving it and closing this top part, and at the same time these pieces are supposed to become the miniguns and just attach to these. Now what's interesting is, you know, there's the peg on the back, you can actually slide it down, which I am just noticing, which just looks a little better in his robot mode and helps out with the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Lots of detail on this guy that is very cool. So if you want a Sixgun to go along with your massive Metroplex, he's definitely fits the bill. And I don't think that this one actually can connect, though possibly. I haven't tried with the Generations one. I don't remember seeing anything in the instructions about that. If you can, please let me know. Leave a comment below, let me know. I'd love to find out. But all right, so that is Sixgun. So he can hang out here with his big buddy. Now let's get on to Scamper, who's only a little fella. And again, when you put him next to the one that comes with the Generations version, he's got a little bit of height on him. They're kind of similar in size. Obviously, this one's a bit more colorful, almost looks like Road Pig. But he comes with 2 guns. He does appear to be properly transformed. Now it's interesting, the guns almost look like arms, which is kind of a little bit of a nod to the Generation 1, or maybe not, maybe it's just my imagination. But all right, let's go through this guy. You can see he's got, oop, I just pushed down his head. It looks like it was not fully extended in the package, so there he is. And before I even go any further, from head to toe, he's about 3 1/8 inches tall. A neat small transformer. Let's check out some posability. He also appears to have ankle swivels with a good amount of space there. So he can also, you know, straddle stuff. I don't know why he straddle stuff. Can he do a full Jean-Claude Van Damme? He can. Takes a little bit of balancing, it seems, or you can just hold him. But he does a full Jean-Claude Van Damme. He can kick forward pretty dang high. He can kick back. Side kick, not a problem though. If you want some height, you got to use both legs. He's got a knee. It does not quite go 90 degrees, but that's still awesome that he has a knee. And he has swivels. It's not because he detaches, it's because he's got a swivel near the upper hip joint. So that is very cool. Twists all the way around at the waist. Arms can go all the way around, bends at the elbow. He's got a swivel there, and his fists do not twist. So that's okay. You've got a lot of good qualities we can put up with, you know, the fists not twisting. The head appears to be on a ball joint of some kind, but the way it's designed, it does not... Oh, there it is. He can turn to the right. I can turn it all the way to the bottom, and you can pull it all the way. So here's the thing. If he's like seated facing forward, there's things on the side that interfere, and then his head pops off. But if you pull it back just a little bit, you can turn it whichever way you want. It's on a little ball joint, so if his head pops off, you can pop it right back on. Still a neat version of the character. I like him. And he seems to have some pretty good deco. I mean, the eyes are blue. He's got silver kneecaps. He's got the blue canopy, the blue windshield and windows, rather, of his car mode. I like him. It's pretty cool. I'm going to try to make sure that I'm out so you can see him without a black background, because he is very dark. And two guns that fit nicely into his hands. All right, let's get him into his vehicle mode. So there is third-party Scamper. In his vehicle mode, it looks kind of like a black DeLorean a little bit. Pretty cool car. Two guns on the back. The transformation was a bit more complex than I expected. Certainly more complex than the Scamper that comes with the Generations Metroplex. And definitely much more complex than the Scamper that comes with the G1. Just to do a side-by-side comparison, they're both cool-looking cars. It's not as shiny, so it looks more like someone used black primer. This car is 3 inches long, which is about 1/8 of an inch longer than the Generations version. Both have similarly colored windows, the official one having a little bit darker. But let's check out the roll test. I'm pretty dang impressed. Look at that. I mean, for such a small vehicle, rolls a bit better than the Generations one. So whether or not you want to get this guy to replace him for your Generations, or if you have one of these, he is a very cool version of this toy. Now, he's a little bigger than Slammer the Tank, so can't have everything. Maybe they'll put out a new Slammer. They could. Now, the thing that you're going to like about this set, especially, I mean, other than the fact that it integrates with this guy, is the price. On the Tommy Park store, it's like $14 and some odd cents. Less than 15 bucks for this. Now on AliExpress, it's like $17.12 for the set with free shipping. Now, I'm not sure with the Tommy Park store how the shipping is. It might be a couple bucks shipping, so it might come out to be the same. But yeah, it's a very cool set, very inexpensive, and it basically completes your city dwelling folk trio. So he's not so lonely. But there you have it, the very cool Y-C001-A set of Sixgun and Scamper, or whatever names they have that I can't read on this slip. I didn't use Google Lens. But it's a cool set, great price, links in the description. Thanks to Tommy Park Store for providing them to me, because again, I don't want him getting lonely. And I think they're a fun set. And I hope you're having fun watching these videos. If you're enjoying this content, by all means, feel free to subscribe. And while you're mulling over this set, you might want to check out this video over here, which is actually the full review of this guy. So you know what you might be getting into if you decide to adopt him as well. We will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.